been you? Well, you know when I said I was late on my short? Aye, I'm at Mad Dog's at the minute, Westcroft Koi. This is open day today, last one of the year. He's up there currently cooking, and Jacko, of course. You'll find Jacko wherever the food is. Yeah, I got his pinny on, he says. Here he is, look, turning the sausages. He's a sausage lover. And Mad Dog's obviously doing the food. So as the short said, if you've had a look at it, today is Mad Dog's open day, last one of the year. Always going to be a good one. Got the barbecue already gone. He's been cooking all morning. I got here just about 10:30ish, just after 11ish maybe. And he was already cooking then. I thought I was late, but nobody's coming till about 12 o'clock, half 12. Got Pete here. Pete's down here. Look, here he is in his white top and his gillet. He got his gillet on today. So it's one of them. So if you've been over here today and I've met you, good to see you. If you ain't, where was you? You know. So just have a look around. Obviously, there's deals to be had on everything. The price is shown, 10 ounces of them. There's always deals to be had. So this is his pond outside the kitchen, which is sort of his show pond, if you like. It's just where you can see him through the glass. We need to have a talk about this one because I think he's got better fish to go in here than what's in here. But that's up to him. That's obviously up to him. I ain't even been in the top greenhouse yet, and I've been here a couple hours. So that's his sort of his show pond. Take you down here. We're going to have a look down here. Like I said, take an ounce of the prices because there's always deals. So we've got some Sankeys and stuff in here. Sankeys, Kawakus, and whatever else. I don't really know what's in here altogether, if I'm perfectly honest. And these are maybe skittish hanging up the end. Obviously if you put some food in, they'll be up after you. I think he has fed them, that's why they've gone a little bit skittish. This is tank number 2. Or what our class is tank 2. What tank number is it? I don't know. I thought he got numbers on him. So again, deals to be had on all these tanks. Here's Pete. Say hello, Pete. Yeah, you're going to see how you're going to spike. Look, that's how shy he is. He only puts one video a year out because he's that shy. So again, there's Goshkis, Shiros, Sankeys, Prachinas, Kajakus, Shisuis, all sorts in this one. You can just get a bit of a glimpse of these, but there is some cracking fish in all of them. Again, these 175. He's got these marked up as. But if you come today and you give him a talk, have a talk to him, or Teresa, you'll get these achiever, lovely achiever down here, down in the corner there. Look, nice achiever there. Measuring around about 30 to 35. These cm, obviously. Just like I said, there's better fish in these tanks, which could really go in the show pool. But I don't think he'll bother moving them now because at the end of the day we've got the show coming up in a few weeks' time, and that's really he's going to try and clean out. So keep an eye on that as well. The Birmingham show is in a few weeks' time, and Mad Dog's already been saying that he don't want to take any fish home after that show. So there's going to be some mega bargains, I tell you, some mega deals to be had. Say hello. He's as deaf as a post. He's a cabbage. Oh, is he on the phone? Again? You can never tell with him, can you? With these Bluetooth headphones. Here's Daz, alright Daz? So we'll have a look up here. It's still early yet, there's nobody really turned up. So I thought, well, I'll do a bit of a video before it does get too busy. And anyway, I got a chance to pick it up then. This is pond number 3 as you walk in the greenhouse. First one, which is strange, is sort of backwards when you're walking. Pond number 3 is the first pond you see as you walk in the greenhouse. Whew. So let's see if we can get a bit of air off. Some bigger fish in here. Some fish in here around about 40, between 40 and 50. Some of these. Sorry about the glare, there ain't a lot I can do about it. He had some cracking showers in here, but I know he sold them now. I've got my eye on one, but he did check with me first whether he could sell it, and I said, yeah, you know, if the bloke wants it and he's there with a pound, I'll sell it on. Nice Ginrin Sankey down here, which is that one there. Becco, which is that one there. Another Ginrin Sankey, Tancho Sankey if you like. I don't think there's any red down the body, just over here, that one there. and kawakus and whatever else. Not so many fish as what there was. These seem to be flying out pretty quick. That's a nice sankey just down here in the middle as well. Can't really get it any clearer for you if I'm honest. But there's some cracking fish in there. That's pond number 3. So as I said, on the end of every one of my videos you'll see his number and his website and everything else. There's all his records there when they come into quarantine and everything else. Some prices there as well. If you want to take a snapshot of that, you'll see what he's got. So that's his regime up there, what he's done on this pond so far. I believe these are probably due to come out now, but space being space, not enough of it. I think he's kept them where they are because he ain't bought no fishing, like I said, the show. He's going to take priority and he's going to clear them off. These are lovely, these are cracking. He's had these probably the best part of 3 months now. And them growing like stink. I'm absolutely coming on ideal. If you like a saggies, this is a pond what you'd love to have a look in because there's some cracking saggies in here and they're growing well. Some nice ginnerin and some nice normal as well. Some very light ones, so if you like your lighter saggies, there's some in there. A bit of everything, to be perfectly honest. So Pete and Daz here chewing the cud. And then in pond number 1, which I'll show you in a sec, we've got the Koi, Sankies and showers in there. Them are going to be on special at the show as well. These are going to be on special at the show. And down here at the minute, everything's at ambient temperature as well in here at the moment. Yeah, eating nothing because obviously, like I said, moving on to the show, we've got to get them down to ambient to get them shifted and do everything. So I'm down a little bit, but there's some lovely fish in there as well. Look at the protein on the water. This thing's feeding a stupid amount of times, and Mad Dog's throwing food in as well. So these are cracking in here. I just wish I could get a better view of them. There is some lovely fish in there. I'm all Sakoi. So you'll see the Sakois on at the show if you get to the Birmingham show. Now I had a lot to say about the Birmingham show if I'm honest, because I asked for the artwork and it was never sent. Just like the mint stamps, never got sent to me. So it's like, you know, might as well talk to the wall sometimes. There's the Birmingham show, there's the details. That's at Rowberry's Garden Centre, Lower Chasley Corbett, DY104QN. It's an open show. There's new people taking part in the open show. I believe Lee Atfield's going to be there and whoever else as well. Here's some of your dealers: Supreme, Beautiful, Shosha, Grace Koi. Of course, Mad Dog's going to be there as well. Can't understand why his logo out on there. But yeah, so you've seen me plug this place a lot of times. I've got no investment in the place, just good mates with Glyn and Teresa. So, you know, it is what it is. I'll tell you how it is and I'll tell you the truth. At the end of the day, you ain't going to find anybody any better than what this is. 5-star rating as well now by the council. 5 stars. Who gets any better than that? You know what I mean? There you go, 5-star rating. So Staff's Council. There's his pet shop licence number if anybody needs it. And there's the 5 stars. And there, speaks volumes, don't it? So like I said, you'll catch him there, you'll catch me there. Vicky will be there, Teresa will be there. And that's the Koi show. 4th and 5th of October. Rowberry Garden Centre, Lower Chasley Corbett, Kidderminster. DY104QN. Lovely venue, lovely venue. Calf. We all like a good calf, don't we? So it's got a cracking calf, plenty parking, nice garden centre, cracking venue to be honest. I'll see you there. If I don't see you before, you'll see this video before it, but I'll see you there if I don't see you before. In a bit, eh? When Mad Dog has a barbecue, Mad Dog has a barbecue. Let me show you something.
Any more chicken?
Here's Alex. And look at that.
Beer fries.
Look at that.
Beer fries.
Has already had the king ribs.
Oh, but baby George.
Josh is on the king ribs. Jacko's had just about everything what I'm
Sugar free.
Nice.
Bingo, bingo,
well,
bingo,
sugar free.
Being conscious.
Let me just see what's left because everybody's had the beat.
That's all that's left now.
Mad Dog. Here's the king ribs.
There was 62 kilos.
That's a piece of chicken there. King ribs there.
Chicken's in there.
Mad Dog's barbecues. If you ain't been here. What we got here? Piece of chicken in there, look. All been smoked. Lovely. We had chicken here. That was full. Burgers.
There was 96 burgers.
96 burgers.
There's a curry over there.
Sausage, onions, obviously baps as well. We've got chicken
curry
tikka
over
curry over there. And these, what are them?
The riblets.
Riblets. When this bloke has a barbecue, he has a barbecue. So if you ain't been here before, if you're one of his customers, you don't know how much you're missing out. Number
Simple as
one
that,
for the
really.
deals, what you get here, on the fish and dry goods.
Do you know the beauty of it? It's free. Even down to the Jamaican
That's what I mean,
punch
yeah.
over there. It's free.
Oh what? See that behind me? Pierre de la Resistance, that is. Did I say that right?
Pièce
I-
de résistance.
That's the one. I said Pierre.
Pièce.
This Jamaican rum punch. This is his speciality. One empty Bacardi bottle, all them juice bottles, and that there is the secret recipe. I can't turn it round. He's told me not to show anybody, but that's a litre and a half. So there's 2.5 litres of vodka rum gone in there. That is the most potent thing you'll ever drink. Proper. There you go.
Where's your expertise?
Okay, I'll have a look in a minute. Right. Not many here at the minute. It's still early, but people digging in, people tucking in. Young Love up the corner, look at that. Young Love. Oh, look at them. Ah, I love Dub. But there you go. I don't know if my missus coming, I think there is. So, there you go, happy days. We've got Luke from Trident Ponds here. We've got Jacko sitting up here. Look, Jacko's just about filled up now. Jacko, you had enough to eat? Only come for some Malachi to forming. Here you go, Mad Dog's Barbecues. Proper. Having ya. 28th of September, Sunday. Coming up to about midday. Not a lot going on, if I'm honest. I'll give these another dose of Fluke X. I've also got the sleep upon the dose of Fluke X, just because I've noticed a bit of flicking and fin flicking and whatever else. And now we're coming into that time of year now, where everything's going to start to slow down. The temperature that I've started bringing down. I'm currently on 17. So over the last sort of few days I've brought them down. They've still got to come down. Eventually they'll get to about 8. So I've noticed a bit of sort of fin flicking, as you know, tells you there's flukes about how it. These are doing the same. The only thing I've got to do is keep an eye on these in here, because the Tamasabas are in here and I know they don't really react well to the Fluke X. So we'll see what goes on. I mean, all the fishing fine, but obviously I had that dead and when I come back from holiday, and just wanted to sort of cover the bases, so I'll Fluke X them, give them a couple of weeks, and then I'll probably either PP and Malachite, or maybe even Alprex again. But yeah, not really much to say, to be fair, other than everything's just sort of ticking over as it should. You can tell I ain't got much to say because I keep saying that's full of daphnia. That's full of water my trees in. I'm sure the lads would appreciate having a look at some daphnia swimming about. There you go, boys. Oh, they love a bit of daphnia porn. The reason that's full of daphnia is because I water the trees in and it's full of nutrients off the trees. That tree's doing crap. Don't know why I even bother with that. Garden's in a mess. I've got this furniture up for sale if anybody wants it. 100 quid. Needs a bit of a varnish and a bit of a paint, but it's all cast iron, wrought iron, whatever you want to call it. Weighs a ton. And of course now, this time of year, is spider season. And we've got these knocking about in the garden. And big buggers. So we've got these sort of knocking about everywhere. There's one down there, look, by the daphnia. Another one just, well, there's a web here. There's a few of them about. It's that time of year, right? One here. Oh, it's got something to eat, that one. There was a great big one over there the other day. So there you go. Like I said, just thought I'd check in with you. Not much to say, not much to do. I was told not a lot more on this. It was on my short. I put a short out yesterday for Mad Dog's open day. What a cracking day that was. I did no video other than a little bit of a walk around like I showed you. And I had somebody comment on there saying Yam Yam accent and Wolverhampton accent is the worst accent in the country. It's actually the oldest accent in the country as well, that's what you got to remember, because it's Old English dialect. You know what I mean? I'll educate you. It's Old English dialect, and if you look back in the history books, it's one of the oldest accents or way of speaking in the UK. So you can ball your head, okay? I hope you're watching this. Spike. What a name, Spike. There you go. I'll leave it there. I ain't really got much to update if I'm honest. So as I said, these I'm on the fluke X now again. Did them just before I went on holiday. Still now it's in a bit of film picking. But the only thing is I've only got 50 grams now. This will take 50 grams on its own. So I've only got 50 grams, so I've had to get them 20. And I'll put the other 30 in there. So they are at a full dose anyway. They don't look too bad other than a bit mucused up, which I'm putting down to the flukes anyway. I've still got to shift some on. I can see me getting some away, if I'm honest, because nobody seems to take any interest. It's the hardest thing in the world to sell second-hand fish. Now if these was in a dealer's vat, that'd sell, no problem. Because I'm in my pond, nobody wants to buy them, even at a cheaper price. So it is what it is, eh? You can put them in a dealer's vat at 3 times the price of what I want for them, and folks will just go and buy them without batting an eyelid. It's the hardest thing in the world to sell second-hand fish, but there you go, especially now eBay's gone. Can't do it on there no more. So there's also some in there got to be moved on as well. If anybody wants anything, just tap me up, you can come round, we'll bowl them up, we'll have a look. If there's anything what takes your fancy. Went shooting last night, had a couple of bunnies. So I have got another channel, as I said. I'll keep forgetting to press record on the scope, so that channel's going nowhere at the minute. But there you go, I think I might do that this afternoon and get the scopes out and just see what footage is on there, see if I can throw a video together. But I'm babbling on now, you don't need to hear it, so I hope everybody's well, I hope everybody's doing good out there. Thanks everybody for the watchers, and also thanks to the new subscribers as well. It is slowly trickling up, slowly, so do us a favour, do us a bit of a share and see if we can get some more on. Obviously that 1500 mark is coming up now, but I ain't really that bothered if I'm perfectly honest. It is what it is. But there you go. So I hope you've understood my accent, because you know it's the worst accent in the UK. I know it can be broad sometimes, but I try and keep it sort of moderate. If I did go broad, you probably wouldn't understand what I'm saying. But there you go. So I just want to say a big thanks to Mad Dog and Tracy yesterday for an absolutely fantastic barbecue again, and a great day out over there. Always is, always is. We had a great day. I mean the chicken was out this world. It just dropped off the bone. It was fantastic. When I say chicken, I mean like half a chicken. I think you see that Alex's. Have I showed Alex's? I might have done. I've got bits and pieces, but I'll throw it all together on this video and you'll see it. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. But what a day. Thanks guys. Catch you all later. In a bit, 8. I'm back. I've decided, while the sun's out and it's a nice day, instead of doing it in the cold or the rain or whatever, we're going to have a look at what's in here. I'm going to measure them up if there's anything worth coming out there, because that currently is at 16 and the main pond's at 17, so I'm good to go to swap. I know them under fluke X at the minute, but the 2 ponds am as well, so it don't matter. So I'm going to have a look in here, because I know there's 1 or 2 got to come out of here because I'm too big and it's getting the small ones and harder life to get at the food. It's going to be awkward to net them out, so I'm going to sort of video every step and every movement, so we'll see how we get on. I've got the tripod set up, I've got the blue bowl set up, I've got the net and the sock and everything ready. So I'll get myself some water in this bowl, we'll get it on the tripod and we'll see what we can see, eh? I'll measure them up, anything over 30 as we know goes in the main pond. Air's off in there at the minute, I'm just letting the top skim off a bit. I love it when it's like that. The only trouble is I can't leave it like that because the bloody skimmer takes the food, it comes out the feeder, which I have repaired. It's all up and working again now. You know, I've soldered the wires and everything else. There you go, the wires are all soldered in there. You can see I've glued that on there and that there, and then I've glued the chute and that up down there, look. Yeah. That's the only trouble with these feeders. It's out food there. But yeah, the air's off on these at the minute, but that's just because I'm letting it skim off. It's only a bloody click of a button to put it back on. So as you can see, them bits of food I've just put in, I'm going straight over there now for the skimmer. So if the fish don't get at them first, I'm down the skimmer and in the bloody tempest. So that's what I'm going to do. At least to show you summit, yeah, a bit of footage I suppose. Got the kids running about with guns as well, not real ones, I should say. And playing cops and robbers with the walkie-talkies and the guns. So the two lads are flying about. He's sitting down there on the chair, look here at the minute. There he goes. So you'll probably hear the noise off them while I'm at it. But there you go. Catch you in a bit. Okay then, so the first one in the bowl, biggest fish this is. Ginrin Karachina. Not sure on the sex and I ain't sure on the breeder if I'm honest. I had this from Mad Dog on his first open day of the year, which was, I believe was March. Was it March or April? March I think for it. So I bought this at March and it come in at sort of 4 inches, basically 11 cm. And it's grown quite well. It's been obviously in the mix with all the others. It's absolutely bright as a button. As you can probably see on the video, I don't know if the video is doing it any justice if I'm honest, but let's see how big it is. Where am I? This side. That's in now at 38 cm. So that's grown fantastically, in all fairness. I'm quite surprised at 38, but there you go. So it's coming at 11 cm, and since March it's got to 38. I'm just got to double check it because I'm questioning myself now. Yeah, it is 38, 38 and a half. Bottom of the tail's 38 and a half. So that's obviously going to now be going into the main pond with all the big ones. I've got too many in there as it is, as we know, but that one's going in. But that skin on this fish, the skin on this fish is absolutely diamond white. So that's fish number one. That ain't going nowhere because there ain't more fish. That's the missus, or the gaffers I should say. Fish number two, Soragoi from Rodbaston Agricultural Centre. Thanks to Nathan for this one. We went over and saw him. I went over talking to him about breeding at the start of the year. I think it was April. Went over and had a talk to him just to pick his brains and get some pointers. This fish coming, it was 16 cm when we had it off knife. And I've just said to Vic, as I've bowled this out, this is another one of Vicky's fish. Who's here with me, watching over me, making sure I treat him right. This one, as I said, coming at 16 cm. Put some body on, put some length on. And I just said to Vic, if the last one was 38, which I was quite surprised at, this has got to be 40. It's got to be 40 here. It's got a bit of a shimmy on the side, and a bit of a shimmy, a bit of a brown spot in the peck. But like I said, overall, it's a lovely fish, lovely colour, nice and light. Cost a fortune. Did it?
It did.
It did. It cost a fortune, day. Absolute fortune. This one. So let's have a look, see what this one's done. 41 cm that is now. Now what you got to remember is I'm growing these on in 780 gallon. Running off an easy pod in the tempest, that's all. Obviously eat as well. They've been on 23 throughout the year. That's now sitting at 41 cm. Obviously that's going to be going in the main pond. And we'll see what the progress is like with them. The main pond's going to be going a bit cooler this year. It's going to be going down to 8 degrees. So they ain't going to feel the cold this year. But the thing is, there's too much competition now for the younglings to get the food. They've got to get past these guys, and I'm having a bit of a struggle with it. So fish number two in the bowl, Soragoi from Rodbaston. Third fish in the bowl. I'll show you if this one's quite 30 cm. Ginrin shower. Again, this is Vic's. This was from Perfect Aquatics when we went down with the mixed stuffs. I think it was last year, wasn't it? So it's a bit of a slow grower. I still don't think it's quite reached 30. It might just about have done. I am sure on the breeder again, if I remember. It's probably documented on one of my old videos, but coming at around about 15, 16 cm if that. Yeah, well, that big was it, are they? About 12 cm, yeah, 12 cm, 10, 12 cm. So let's see where big it is. Nice fish, lovely fish, ginring. Oh, it is 34 cm that. I don't think that was even 30. That's sitting at 34. It's a little bit weak on the benny here on the back, which don't match with the brakes, to be fair. But again, nice fish. 34 cm shower from Perfect Aquatics. We did have two. I did kill one. This one pulled through and survived. But again, can't remember who the breeder is. They'll have been in the bowl. I know you call seeds at the minute. Rocking on the angle of the dangle, I'm afraid. So there you go. Fish number 3 from Perfect Aquatics. Okay, fish number 4 in the bowl. Again, one of Vicky's. We've got a pond full of Vicky's fish here. This was bought from the Newark show at the death last year after Vic was a bit intoxicated on whiskey. Now I spoke to Ryan at Exclusively Koi, and I think there are 3 or 4. 3 off Ryan. This was one of them. Now there was a debate as to what it is. I think it's Goshki where I gone black, like I had, if you remember, in the big pond, in the bigger fish, the one what jumped, and I think it's one of them where the Goshki are going black. You can see the black on the red, which could also point to Coromel. So we are 100% sure. If anybody likes this fish, I think this fish can be moved on. It is going in the main pond for now, because again, I ain't measured it yet, but it's looking at around about 35. So we'll have a look. We'll bring it in. Well, actually, it's 37.5. 37.5 cm. So again, debatable as to what it is. Somebody who's watching this might have a better idea. Could be Coromel, black over red. Nice pattern down the face, nice pattern down the body, to be fair, nice body. But, what is it? If anybody's interested, give me a shout. 37.5 cm from Exclusively Koi. Oh, and I forgot to mention that these again was 12 cm when they come in. So that's done quite well as well. Fish number 5. One of my favourite fish in the Deutsch category, if you like. And this is a Kikisui. This was purchased off Mad Dog, I think back in March or April when I had this. It was only small when I had it. Might have been around about 12 to 14 cm. It's got a bit of a mark on the side. It's been going mad after the food. Looking at around about probably 32, 33 with this. Nice example, to be fair. Just obviously, as I've said before, my sleeper pond's a little bit shaded, so the colours don't really sort of show as they should. It's a nice example of Kikisui. Lovely zipper down the back. I ain't really a big Deutsch lover unless it's shower. Oh, actually, that's 37 and rough as hell on the gills. So that's actually male. So that could come in with a bit of sticking a bit of bit of metallic in the spawning somewhere. So 37 centimetre Kikisui, as I said, it coming at around about, I don't know, 12 to 14 I suppose when I had it. Never measured it. It was only small. Mad Dog will back me up. But hey, sure, on the breeder. I don't know where they come from. So Mad Dog, if you want, when you watch this, do me a favour and just comment as to where the Kikisui come from, and also the Parachina at the start. Because y'all remember the breeders, I can't remember it. It's going in the main pond, even though it has got that scratch on its side. Typical male. Yeah, it's just a bit of a scratch on its side where it's caught itself feeding. So I ain't too concerned about that. So happy days. Right then, Kikisui from Mad Dog, Westcroft Koi. 37 37 cm. Fish number 6. Again, one of Vicky's fish.
It's not actually.
I think this was from my dog, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's yours.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where was this one from?
Perfect aquatics.
Perfect Aquatics. Deutsche shower. It's okay. It's a slow grower. It don't look like it's the quite. It might just be 30 cm, just about. It ain't an aggressive fish. It's a bit of a placid fish. I think it's male. Certainly acting as male. Again, not sure who the breeder is, but this come in at the same time as that Ginrin show we showed earlier, which was fish number 2. Come in at the same time, so you can see obviously the difference in the size. This one might just make 30 cm. With it not being a very aggressive feeder, I might leave it in the sleeper pond. It is just bang on 30, that is. Bang on 30 cm. So I don't know where to put that.
Leave it in there.
Leave it in here. Vic's telling me to leave it in the sleeper pond, so we'll leave it in there. Plus it is a slow grower, so we'll leave it in here. I think this fish can go up for sale as well. Just because I do need to thin out. There's fish in the mid pond as well that can go up for sale. So if anybody's interested in anything you see, obviously as I said, give me a shout. I'll put my email address across the bottom, and you can send me an email and we can exchange numbers or whatever. I don't know dirty phone calls in the middle of the night. Well, unless I'm on my own, I don't mind. So we've got Deutsche shower from Perfect Aquatics, 30 cm. That's going back into the main pond, into the sleeper pond, just to see if I can get a bit more on it, or in case anybody wants to buy it, we know where it is. Happy days. Right, next one. I think this is fish number 6, 7? Fish number 7. These fish are documented on one of my videos when we went down to Cuttlebrook. There was me, Pete, Mad Dog, I don't think Toby went, and I was after 2 little Karashi guys. Now these was like, I don't know, 3.5 inch if that. I was after some red eyes. This one is absolutely stunning. The scalation on this Aragoke, fully scaled down its body, big scales, armour plating from Westcroft Koi. Bought, I believe, the end of last year. I think it was the last, might have been the last helping day they had last year. But as you can see, from about 3 inches long, which is what, I don't know, 10 cm, no, 9 cm. It's grown quite well. It's obviously going to be 30 now, I would have thought. So let's have a look. Bring it up here. That's actually now 33 cm. So I'm really pleased with the way they've grown. And I'm really, this one especially is a cracker. And I buy big on Karashi guys. But I'm lovely and light. I'm a lovely colour. See if I can hold it up. And I don't know if you'll get the scalation. Sorry, splashing Vic. I don't know if you'll get the scalation on that, but it is absolutely stunning. Really is nice. So that's going in the main pond, definitely. There is another one in here which is fully scaled, which I'll see if I can get out next. If not, then I'll see it at some point. But yeah, Cuttlebrook Koi Farm, Karashi Koi, Aragoke, looking lovely in the midday sun. Fish number 8. Again, this is lively. I've just had to pick it up off the floor. Cuttlebrook Koi Farm, Karashi Koi, fully scaled. Absolute lovely fish again, lovely colour. Not a mark on it. Well, if there is, it's only just got it. So it's just flapped around the bloody floor. It's an absolute dickhead. I think it has knocked its tail up. Knocked a couple of scales out its tail by the look at it. Just come flying out the pond. I can see the scales now on the patio. Just come flying out the pond. Yeah, this one was destined for the main pond, but obviously I'm going to keep it in here now. Again, that's 34. 34, so I'm going to keep it in here and keep an eye on it now because it's just knocked them scales out, so it's easier to cope with in the small pond, which is a shame. So I was looking forward to getting these two in there because there's a nice bit of colour there. But it's absolutely cracking, no ginwin on it, none at all. Typical male, the way it's just shot up. Again, bought at around about 10 cm, 11 cm. I think I paid 30 quid for the two of them. So done well, done really well. 34 cm, Westcroft Koi farm Karashi Koi. Fish number 9, Deutz Shiro Tsuri. Black's never really shown up much on this. It's sort of up and down. I mean, it might come through now the waters are starting to cool down a little bit again. Fish come in at around about 10 cm again, really small. Was this one of the original ones in the pond? Come from Kent, ain't this? Come from Cold Water Collection. I asked you on who the breeder is again, because obviously I forget. It was only small, really small. Vicky picked it out just when you go into Cold Water Collection in the shop, and the pond's just to the side of the shop. Come from one of Ken's. It was an open day, or did you just go over? It was an open day at Ken's last year, so it was really small. But again, nice example of a Deutz Shiro Tsuri. A lot to do, a lot of red underlying, black underlying, or sumi underlying. Nice and sleek. Let's suggest female on the body. 36 cm. Very nice, the road is nice. It's got a lot to do, and in 12 months time it could be a totally different fish. But because I'm out of stock, so I've got to make some decisions. So that one from Cold Water Collection, 36 cm, Deutz Shiro Tsuri. Okay, fish number 10, I believe. This one, if I remember right, is Sakamaki, the breeder. I had this from Glyn at Westcroft Koi. This one, last year's show at the Birmingham show, which is obviously next weekend. I had this in the bowl so many times just looking at it, and it was absolutely out of this world. Now the Benny has dropped back a little bit since it's been in this pond, because he's sort of struggles for daylight. I'm hoping he's going to pick up when it's back in the main pond. It was around about 18 cm, I think, 18 to 19 cm, and I had a few of these in the bowl, but this one I kept going back to for some reason, don't know why. The Benny at the time was like proper burgundy, and it was just, there was 3 or 4 of them, and that was just absolutely stunning. And in the end I ended up taking this off Mad Dog's hand, because they sell at the show, amazingly, and decided I'll stick it in the sleeper pond, see if we can get a bit of growth on it. I'm thinking it's male, it's suggesting male with a body, but it was such a pretty nice fish, and it still is. It's just got that belly's got to strengthen up a little bit, that's all. As I believe it's a Sakamaki, the breed of Sakamaki. So let's see how big it is. As I said, it was about 16. Was it? That's now 40 cm. It's about 18 cm, I think, when I had that. 18 or 19 cm, and it's now 40. So really pleased with the progress on that. I think I had that around about March, because when we did the show we put them all back in quarantine, and then obviously the winter kicked in, so nobody touched anything then. And I think it was around about March or April when I took that off him. So yeah, I put about 20 cm on that. Quite happy with that, if I'm honest. If it's male, it's a bit calmer than that bloody Karashi Koi I've just had out. So there you go, fish number 10. Fish number 11. Bit of a rare one, this one. This one was given to me to basically see if I could grow on and see how it would turn out. Now this was probably 15, I'll be generous with this, it was about 15 cm when I had it. Now if you've never seen one like this before, it's a Chara Tsuri, basically a Chagoi with the Tsuri markings. Again, the Tsuri markings are a little bit low because it's been in the sleeper pond, But as I said, this come in at around about 15 cm, and I bought this at the same time, or I acquired this at the same time as the Sorrow Koi from Rod Baston. And as I said, it was given to me and said, do me a favour, grow it on, see what happens. So now, if you're watching this now, you can actually see what's happened with it. Oh yeah, good shit. But you can see the markings, the Tsuri markings on the Chagoi skin. And it's a lovely fish, it really is a lovely fish. I've enjoyed watching this, and I still am. Obviously I want to get some bigger, and I want to get some more sumi coming out of it. As I said, this was around about April. Around about April, it was about 15 cm. I don't think I measured it, I can't remember. I don't think I even documented it. That's now 34. It's surprising how big they am, you know. 34 and a half, that is. So from 15 to 34, you know what, can't be bad, can it? Just over a season. And I ain't feeding nothing special before anybody asks. I'm just feeding a mix of coppins. Well, I've got all sorts in it, if I'm honest. I've got coppins, Darjois, Alaraqua, bloody Cuttlebrook growth. There's all sorts just mixed in one big tub. So I'll show you that in a bit. So that one, fish number 11, I think it is. Chora Tsuri from Rod Baston, measuring in 34.5 cm. Fish number 12, Tancho Kawaku from Yugenji. This was purchased when me, Pete and Kopi went to Shirley Aquatics. I don't think it's perennial length, I could be wrong. I don't even know what it was on the day I bought it, unless I videoed it, so I can't remember. It certainly put somebody on. Pete had one at the same time, which was slightly bigger. I just went for a better spot, which was a smaller fish in all fairness. Whether that be a merit or a demerit, I don't know. Smaller fish, put a nice body on. Purchased, as I said, from Shirley Aquatics Koi outlet. Can't even remember the date. If I look back on my videos, you'll see it. So, I can't remember. I don't think it's perennial length on. It might just be 30 cm. It's 31 cm. So if he's put a cm on, that's probably all he's put on. There's only about 30 before. It's going in the main pond, just to see how we get on, because obviously the main pond's being fed sake and Nutrimare, so there's a better mix of food in there for them. Obviously there's too many, as I've already said, in the sleeper pond, but I've got to try and get these small ones growing on now for the winter, over the winter. So fish number 12, did I say? Yugenji, Tancho Kawaku, bought from Shirley Aquatics Koi outlet. July? Something like that. Happy days. Fish number 13. This one is the only one of these I've got. And I had this from Mad Dog. God, I can't remember when I had this. This actually spent most of its life so far in a 128 gallon tub at my mother's. If you remember, I did a couple of videos where I set the tub up and it spent most of its life in there. It's a nice Kajaku, to be fair. This was from Mad Dog, as I said, one of his early purchases. I ain't sure where he had it from, I ain't sure who the breeder is, but it looks a nice fish, nice and clean on the head. The blacks and reticulations in the scales over the orange, and it looks okay. I mean, it's a marmite fish, at the end of the day, but I think it's male. That's now 36 cm. Now when I had that off Mad Dog, I would probably have to guess, say 14 cm, and it's now 36. Now it's like I said, this is a couple of years, probably 3 years old now. This fish, it ain't grown very well. It's grown more in my pond, in the sleeper pond, than what it's grown in that 128 gallon tub, but it's still kept its quality. It still looks nice. It just needs to get a bit of length and body on it now. So that one's going in the main pond. Kajaku, bought from Mad Dog. Oh god, it's got to have been 2 years ago. Or start of last year. Start of last year, I would have thought. What did I say it was? 36. Did I say 36? Sorry guys, I've got to check myself again. Nick's saying I said 36, I thought it was 34. Yeah, 36, I do apologise. She's right, as normal. You know these women I'm like. 36 cm Kajaku from Mad Dog, Westcroft Koi. Actually, all good. Fish number 14. Now you're probably wondering why I've got this in the bolt. It's nowhere near. Now I only had this from the Mid-Staffs Koi Show on September the 7th. Second day of the show anyway. This was from Kev at Koi Park. Now Kev said to my missus, pick a good one out because he can't. I thought, well, thanks Kev. This was a freebie. So nice example of a Hamasako Shiro Tsuri. Only small. Getting a bit of a body on it already though, seeing as I've looked after it. It looks as though it's knocked the front leading round its peck, which I do. But again, these smaller fish, I'm up for a lot of competition with the bigger fish. I don't know if it's the pattern actually. So I'll stop still. No, it has just broke the leading right off its peck. So, let's have a look, because I should have documented this on the day. This is 23 cm. I should have documented that on the day, and a few things went on, so I couldn't get round to doing it on the day. So I thought, well, I'll stick it in the bowl while I'm at it. Well, Vic asked me to stick it in the bowl while I'm at it and document it for Kev. So, thanks to Kev for that. Small Shiro Tsuri Hamasako, 23 cm. Hopefully, next time I get that out, it'll be 30 plus.
Very fish.
So, this was one of the very first fish that we took off Mad Dog. This is fish number 15. Fish number 15. Deutz Shower. Vicky's pick again. Lovely fish, but suffers with carp pox. Don't know if your camera's picking it up, but just at the base of the dorsal here, on the front of the dorsal, there's carp pox, and across its head there's carp pox. Now, even at sort of 23 degrees, this has suffered pretty badly with carp pox, in all fairness. Let me just see if I can try and angle you down a little bit more. I don't know if you'll come down anymore. There you are. That might be better. So even at 23 degrees, this has sort of suffered with carp pox. So it's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's certainly within the range, but it's staying in the sleeper pond till it outgrows this carp pox issue. Now, people stress over carp pox, but it's just a condition and they do outgrow it. Apparently it goes in warm weather, but this proves it go. So, I'm sorry about the footage. I know I've got you up on a tripod, and I'm trying to do my best. That's currently 33 cm. Again, slow grower, but it ain't going in the main pond due to the carp pox on it. I'm trying to get it sort of outgrown and see how we get on. So that was from Mad Dog, one of the first fish I believe that we purchased from you. Deutz Shower from Westcroft Koi. That's 33 cm. I'll have to keep checking with myself. Fish number 16 in the bowl is the Tancho Shower, Deutz. This one was bought from Kennett Coldwater Collection at the same time as, what was that other one?
Shiro.
Shiro. It's the same time as that Shiro, so pretty much same sort of size. Nice spot on it. Does lead slightly into the back, but I don't show anymore, so that don't matter. Nice sumi patterning. Bit heavier on the one side than the other, but lovely contrast on both sides. This fish has been one of them fish which sort of passed by without sort of taking too much notice of, but now it's in the bowl. It does stand out. Now, Vic's just said this can go for sale. I'm debating as to whether to keep it, but I suppose everything's got a price on, so come along with the right pound notes and it's up for sale. That's the main pond getting fed now. So yeah, Deutz Tancho Shower. Can't remember who the breeder is again. It's been a while ago. 33 cm. Nice fish. Just about makes the grade to go in the main pond. I'm going mad after food now. So there you go, 33 cm Deutsch Tanchow shower from Cold Water Collection. Fish number 17, Chagoi. Now I lost my Chagoi, as we all know. Is this video even picking these fish up? It's easy. Sorry guys. So, Chagoi. As we all know, more Chagoi jumped out at the start of this year. And me and Pete went over to Rodbaston round about end of April, I think it was, to have a look. And I said, like, you know, like a Chagoi. And I know English bred Chagois always grow well. As we know, the last one I had was a Cuttlebrook Chag. This one was around about 17, 18 cm when I had it, and we picked it out for the reticulation on it at the time. I think it's died back a little bit now, that reticulation, but yeah, it looked absolutely fantastic. It's got a body and half on it now, to be fair. So this was bought earlier on in the year. It's about 18 cm. It's now 37 from Rodbaston. So Nate, if you're watching this, you'll probably remember me buying this, or Si. You'll probably remember me having this one off you. To be fair, the reticulation is still very nice on it when you look at the scales. Them lovely. But that's going in the main pond now. That's the only Chag I've got, other than the Chara Tsuri. So that's going to be going in there in the main pond now. So we're crawling up my bloody hole. And we'll be putting that and seeing how it grows and seeing how it comes on. So happy days. I don't think there's much more left in this pond. Not to measure anyway. Okay, so I've pretty much measured up where I need to now. Anything what's been close or, you know, what's had to go back in is what it is. This one's close as well. This is actually more show and grow for Westcroft Koi. It was a small fish. I basically just stuck the net in and dragged one out. Now the Benny I'm a little bit disappointed in because the Benny dropped off. Body was lovely. Sakai Fish Farm these are. Acquired by Mad Dog at Westcroft. I just thought I'd give it a show with this. Obviously it's still got the winter and everything to go through, and you know, see how it goes. I'm a little bit disappointed in it, but it is what it is. That's what you get with the show and grows. You either get a great fish or a bad fish, and you know, it's out of the way the cookie crumbles. Could have been better. There was a lot of nice fish there. 29 cm at the minute, if anybody wants to know. I mean, obviously it's ain't going to do anything this year, but it'll be 35, I suppose, by the time it's ready to be showed. Yeah, that's more Sakai Fish Farm Sankey. Heavy on the Sumi as well, are they really, for Sankey? But heavy on the Sumi and light on the Bene. End up being a Becco, I suppose. There you go. Thought I'd put this one in the bowl just to have a look at. Kin shower. If you don't know what a kin shower is, it's basically a metallic shower. Bought this from Hollybush last year. It's okay, to be fair. It's nice fish. Slow grower, nice pattern, lovely pattern. Benny's a little bit soft on it because it's been in the sleeper pond. There's no colour food either going in the sleeper pond, so as I said, it's a mixture of food. I'll show you the tub actually while I'm at it. So this is a mixture of Coppins, Allaraqua, a bit of Darjois food in there. There's, where am I? There's Cuttlebrook growth in there. God, there's all sorts, Coppins, just about everything. But that's just a mix of food, and I've got a tub full of that which I just feed in the sleeper pond. And they seem to do well on it, to be fair. Get a bit of everything, don't they? So there you go, that's what I feed in the sleeper pond. Just in case anybody wants to know, there's no sake or anything like that in there. I mean, the only sort of growth food what's in there is going to be any Coppins growth and the premium food from Cuttlebrook. But that mixed with temperature makes them grow. Now, as you know, I've been at 23 pretty much all year, all through the summer. So I've had some good growth. This one, like I said, is a slow grower, but you get it with king showers. They don't grow quick and they don't grow big. You might get the odd one here and there. But that's a nice fish. If anybody's interested in that, that's up for sale. But happy days, there you go. So I think that's pretty much it, and I'll pick you up in a sec. So there you go. Thinned it out at least. I think we've got about 8, 9 fish out there. There's some had to go back in there. Obviously the Crashy Guys had to go back in there because that did a leap of faith and lost some scale. So I'll leave that in there for now. The sleeper pond, sorry, the main pond is now busier than bloody ever again. And it's like I said, the fish what I've just put in, I expected them to sort of be dwarfed a little bit, but they ain't. They've grown better than what I thought they would. So quite happy with the growth. There's Aragoki Deutz Shiro Tsuri in there. Yeah, quite happy. It is overloaded, the main pond is now, but we always knew it was going to be when I do this. That one's also overloaded, not so much now. Still got the Tamasabas in there though, so I took the Tamasabas out of here and I put them in there because the Tamasabas don't like the cold, and this one's going down to about 8 degrees, so they're going to be very happy about that. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Done a bit of a measure up, just to see what was in there. If there's anything what I've said is up for sale and you're interested in, let me know. And there's still some in the main pond. If anybody wants to go through the main pond, you're welcome to come over. We can have a look. I'll get the measuring bowl out, and if there's anything you're interested in, come over, let me know. Here's my email address across here. Like I said, send me an email and I'll send you my number and we'll exchange numbers and we can do it that way. Here's the gaffer, keeping an eye on me. That's what I was doing. And we can take it from there. It is getting a bit late in the season now, so if anybody wants anything, be quick. That is currently sitting at 17. It is coming down. It'll be, well, in all fairness, I'll pretty much switch the heater off till we get down to about 8. Probably, well, within the end of September now, so give it a couple of weeks and that heater will be switched off, and then it can gradually come down instead of coming down a degree at a time and keeping the heater running. Don't need to. But there you go. Right then, am I blurred? I don't know if it's my screen or if it's my camera what's blurred. I'll catch you later. I've got another video to do now for my other channel in a bit.